Alrighty. Let's see here. Guest request. Alrighty, just gonna wait here. Let's see. All right. Ooh, bring them on video. Send invite. Woo! Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going? Can you see me? Can you hear me all right?
I can see you. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you see me? Am I good in the camera?
Yeah, I can see you. You look good.
Awesome. Thank you. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining me and for being willing to do this. I'm so excited to like finally talk to you and like get to know who T.W.U.R.T is.
Awesome. I'm excited as well. This is dope. This is dope. I'm glad you got this started, and I'm honored to be a part of the first installment. So that's really cool.
Whenever I had this idea, it was you and then a few of my other friends that just like instantly popped in my mind. I like really admire what you're doing out in the Mississippi scene, the Jackson music scene. I appreciate all the community events that you've been hosting. That's been really awesome, and I definitely want to talk to you more about that. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and do like the introduction and talk about a little bit of what this series is supposed to be. I'm calling it Everyday People in Music, but hopefully it will grow to be everyday people in culinary, everyday people in dance, everyday people, you know, just like small like artists out here trying to like make a living and make the world a better place with our art. So I'm super excited to have you here. Thank you again for being our first guest on Everyday People in Music. I would love to hear the first song you got planned for us today.
Awesome. Well, this first song is a song I wrote a few years ago, but it's one of my favorite. It's called Crazy Man. We'll talk about it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Thank y'all for listening. Here we go. Take me to the mountains, throw me to my feet. Set the soul burn rose, but it don't burn cold gravity. Means absolutely nothing to me. Oh yeah. Some call me a rebel. Some say I'm a crazy man. I've been alive 10,000 times. When I die, I'll be living again. Found my way to know my worth. Lost my mind, finding heaven on earth. I feel free, I know my purpose. I'm ready for the world ain't ready for T.W.U.R.T. Taking a long way home. No other path available. I've been down so long. Now up's the only way I go. How can a man be terrified of heights, yet not afraid to fly? See me leaping from the edge of a mountain top. He's not afraid to die. Stay alive. Seek the truth and stay away from lies. Society may criticize. Lock my body, can't trap my mind. Take me to the middle of the ocean, set me free. Oh yeah. Say I know what it's like to live your life in the ghetto. And baby, I want peace. Oh yeah. when I die, I'll be living again. Found my wings, know my worth. Lost my mind, finding heaven on earth. I feel free, I know my purpose. I'm ready for the world ain't ready for twerk. Give me all my time so I can live out my dreams. I'm losing all my mind. These old eyes see all kind of things. I look at all you lovely people, let it all go and be through with me. I need all the dopeness. The dopeness is all I need. Yeah, that's my first crazy.
Wow. That was awesome. I love that one. I've seen you perform I think you played it with your band. You posted a video of it on your Instagram and I was like, wow, like that is just like a phenomenal song. Every song I've heard from you has been exceptional. But yeah, you said you were going to talk a little bit. Tell us about Crazy Man and the inspiration behind that song.
Likewise, or like your music is very incredible. I've been listening to the energy you put forth in it, and it was a pleasure seeing you live as well. Crazy Man is like I said, I made even name my album Crazy Man. I spell crazy with a cray. It's like little with a K. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
little things I have, little acronyms and stuff that go in there. But yeah, crazy with a K because I say anybody can be a genius, but only a select few can be crazy. You know, crazy
Mm-hmm.
enough to believe in yourself. You know, I'm
Yeah.
sure any artist that knows, you know, that's on this journey just understands, like, you know, it ain't gonna, you know, it ain't the way you see it. It's not gonna be overnight. You know, to the masses, it might
Mm-hmm.
be overnight, but it's work that you put into it, and the literal how you gotta lose your mind for it. But you know, you're losing your mind becoming you, and it's kind of like this awesome metamorphosis. Crazy Man is one of them songs. Like, if I get one chance to play a song and I got a crowd of people that have never heard me before, then I'm gonna play
Mm-hmm.
my go-to. I don't think it's my best song, but it's just like it's the song that's specifically for that, and it helps like sum up a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
people listening to it have really taken. That's the one, you know, they look for Crazy
That
Man.
speaks to their soul. Yeah.
Probably the most recognizable one I got as far as like people
Mm-hmm.
that, or if you seen me play before, you definitely seen me play that one. So
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's something I really appreciate about you is your authenticity and like how you're just going to be unapologetically yourself. I think all artists, like, you know, if you want to achieve that, like, I don't know, like your peak artist, you're going to have to be a little bit crazy. You're going to have to jump outside of your comfort zone. So I definitely, agree with you on that. Um, let's see. Well, so let's talk more about like your background in your journey. How did you start getting into music? Was it something you've always done, or like how old were you whenever you really started like saying like I think I want to be a musician?
that's a cool question. Um, as I think about it, you know, because I've been asked this question before, and it's just different. I would say it's different phases to my music journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guitar stuff and all the live performances and stuff, that's the last 5 years. But
Mm-hmm.
that, like, I wouldn't say the final evolution, but the evolution I wanted before I could really like push myself out to the world. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and even that was you know, starting out from baby steps and really working it up into developing myself and doing a bunch of open mics and all that. I,
Mm-hmm.
I've always been like a rapper and a poet. I've always wrote and written. I think the first rap I ever wrote was about Halloween. I was like 8 years old, and I used to rhyme. I used to write poems for the church, and I used to freestyle in the classroom. You know, we used to beat on our desks in the
Mm-hmm.
school.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the go. So like I've always been like a little slick with my vocabulary, so I was able to entertain and get like recognition from it. But I wasn't taking it serious. You know, I went to school, I went to college, and I ran all those
Mm-hmm.
routes well. But I just feel like, you know, this was a journey I couldn't avoid.
Yeah.
When I started DJing and rapping and like CDs and like really like, you know, a SoundCloud, all that stuff, you can I was like I was gaining traction from it, especially
Mm-hmm.
organically in the community where I was from. You know, I'm from Lexington, Mississippi, and I've spent a lot of time in Jackson as well. And yeah, so it was weird because I knew even when I was rapping, even though I was catching traction and everything, I knew there was something more I wanted in my art. You know,
Mm-hmm.
something like I knew it was something missing, even though I didn't know what it was. And I left
Mm-hmm.
me while. I hung out up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's kind of like what you do. Like you travel around. I got a lot of respect for that. That's like
Mm.
people on the path like that. You're not the only one. It's a lot of us that do. It's
Mm.
people that hop train cars and all that. So I've had my bit of a journey that led me to the instruments, which was up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They got a cool bluegrass scene. A lot of
Mm.
great music. But that's where I
Yeah.
started. And like since then, these last 5 years, it's just been me really working on developing my sound and how I want to sound. I still don't know yet, but I'm recording some stuff I finally like for real. About 4 studios in, I finally like what I got going on.
That's awesome. That's definitely like with the recording journey. Sometimes it takes a while to find like a producer that you connect with that can really bring your music into like the reality that you want it to be. And I've definitely been keeping up with your band and seeing you guys record, and I love all everything that you guys have been doing. And Perrin, your bass player, I love Perrin. He's one of the best out there. Give a little shout out to Perrin. I'm so glad to see you guys collaborating together. Um, yeah.
Yeah, it's just some advice I want to offer to
Mhm.
other artists and stuff like that. How I got to the point now where I put on record is like when I was rapping, I would practice in the mirror at home, like going over my verses,
Mhm.
going over. So by the time I got to the studio, I could just really just run through my verses. I'm
Mhm.
good. Like, when I started playing the instruments and we had to make these beats from scratch and all that stuff like that, I'm like, oh damn! So like the first problem I was having in the studio was being just so caught up in being in the studio.
Mhm.
This is cool. We finally finna make,
Yeah.
being so
Mhm.
moment of like nostalgia and everything, and like realize at the end of it, like, yeah, okay, well, that's my song. I wrote it. I like it. And no disrespect to the producer because I worked with amazing producers, but I think it's my own angst and my own limitations at the time that kind of like kept me away from it. So the advice I want to
Mhm.
offer personally, what's been working for me, why I say I'm finally recording music I like, is because now when I get in the booth, I put the whole band in there with me.
Mhm.
I got my mate, he's been doing cello, Perrin's been on the bass, Will on leads, and then Brad's on the drums. So we sound really good live together. So what we've been doing is capturing that live aspect of
Mhm.
performance, and that has been really rewarding for me. Like I'm hearing the rhythms I want to like, cause we can
Yeah.
always go back and do the bass part, but just capturing it live because the live performance is way easier than trying to put the track together. A lot of us aren't
Mhm.
with the tracks that we try to put together. A lot of us are, but I'm in no rush to release
Mhm.
music. I want this to be playing for the next 100 years. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yes.
my time with it and do be done, and so be it.
Yeah, definitely like, like that's really awesome that you're willing to be like patient with and say like I'm willing to wait on putting it out because you want it to be something that's really good and that like you're not just rushing to get it out there. So I can't wait to hear everything. Like I said, I love keeping up with you on Instagram, and I love that you document so much. It's just so awesome that like you have all these different videos, all these different references to go to your page. So like anybody who wants to hear what T.W.U.R.T sounds like, you got all these different options. You got all the photos and everything. It's really great promotion on your part.
That's I want to add to that too. Just talking to everybody because like before we had the internet and everything, artists used to, go outside and perform.
Yeah.
Like some people feel like they're too good to do the open mics and all that, but that's the groundwork. That's like a boxer that's sparring and everything.
Hmm.
So like, I don't have a proper way to do the internet. I'm not posting to get likes and comments and interacting.
Hmm.
I know that people that are interested. I may have followed a new producer today, a new engineer, a new guitar player, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna post videos. I'm gonna keep it constant. I'll go back and re-edit old videos and repost them and stuff like that because it's not so much that you need to be like me. You need people to see you and see what's going on. If I can reach 5 new people a day, then I feel like I'm on pace. You know what I'm saying? Because every now and
Hmm.
then audience and then we get smaller audiences. So like, yeah, just post. I think if you're an artist, you should just throw it up there, show your journey. Come up with whatever your way. Just use the internet as a tool and stop.
Hmm.
Following me on Instagram. I just started that Instagram this year. Everybody that's on there, I just met them this year, and it's been like three
Yeah.
years. That's why I deleted my old Instagram. So that was my intention of it. I made almost
Hmm.
1,000 in 2024. So just like just put it out there, and then it don't get a bunch of likes when people, oh, that's what you do. This is what you do, and people recognize you before you see you because your
Hmm.
account gets a lot more engagement than you think it does. We're just so much so looking for like likes and comments and stuff, but that ain't about nothing. You know, the people that's really gonna, when that point in your life and those blessings come, those are gonna be complete strangers, people who don't even know you exist. You haven't met, you know what I'm saying? So like, just put your work out there and show the world your art. If you know, if you paint pictures, I got friends that paint. I'm like, if you paint pictures, I'll be posting 10 pictures a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna, I promise you, it's gonna create opportunities just like this one.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And I also want to touch back about how you were talking about the live recordings, and how you were talking about like in the modern age of technology and how musicians are supposed to, be our content creators, be our social media managers, book the shows, write the songs, and like all of that stuff. It's really like a big goal of mine to bring live art, live art of any kind, and like just uplift that in our communities. But since I've started traveling, I've been to so many cool spaces, and I'm like, but where's the live music? Like where's the live music? And not just like, I want to be able to see music of all kind. I want to be able to walk into a place and not just hear country music or rock music. Like I want to hear a hip hop artist. I want to hear a rap artist. I want to hear jazz. I want to hear, just everything. I appreciate Holland Miles out in Jackson, Mississippi. That place is really cool. I'm really grateful for the diversity that they have with their artists there. And I've seen that you've played there a couple of times, right? Have you played there as just a solo artist or a full band?
I've done it all over there. Open mic,
Yeah.
solo artists, full
Hmm.
body. I mean, Howlin' Miles is a great place for that. It's a really, really
Yeah.
good. Just in the course of, they post their schedule for the entire week, and just in the course of the entire week, you can go there and get a multitude of different kinds of music.
Yeah.
Just scheduling. We got Jesse
Hmm.
Roberts night on Thursday night. That's our historic blues player. You got the jazz night on Tuesday night, and then you got blues night on Monday night, and then just different bands for the week. Locals only night is a different. And they
Yeah.
got sections, so it's all throughout the week. And Jackson is filled with a few places like that. I always thought it was like foolish for people to say, "Oh, I only listen to one kind of music," or "This is what I'm looking
Hmm.
for." One of the things that's most rewarding to me is that I play for crowds of all kind of races and backgrounds
Hmm.
and everything. And when I rap for older white people, they love it. It's like they like, I love your rap every single time. Bro. I swear, they love the rest of the music. They appreciate the musicianship, but
Hmm.
because, so I guess to a lot of people who aren't hip hop fans, maybe hip
Hmm.
hop presented to you in such a negative and derogatory way,
Hmm.
and then everybody who's like really spitting and really going hard, it's like I ain't like I'm not whatever your reality is. What I think your poetry should
Hmm.
reflect. So I respect that as well. But like it's cool for them. It's friendly for them. It's elevator rap. It's PG-13 for them. But
Yeah.
I curse and everything. But they don't care. They don't get with it, man.
Yeah, that's so important, is just like the message behind music, because media does so much for impacting people. That's the reason I created this series, was to uplift artists that I felt were sharing like positive messages with their communities and with their music, using that gift of music to uplift people who maybe, say like, I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't do this. Well, like, this, they might see you on stage and say, well, if he's doing it, like maybe like I have the confidence to go and do that. Doing the open mics too is another really great way to get started out in your local music scene. That's how I started gigging in the first place, was showing up to open mics, and you collaborate with other musicians, you meet all kinds of people, the doors open. It's really awesome.
I think far too many artists may overlook the value of like open mic connection. Comedians,
Hmm.
just it just those opportunities of networking, and also to add on to what you just said. Um, we as artists we do have somewhat of a responsibility. You're not obligated, but you are being recognized by people who are, it might be a kid that sees you,
Hmm.
little girl, for instance, might see you playing, and you just
Hmm.
blew her mind for the day. Now that's what she wants to do, because you
Yeah.
somebody has walked up to you and let you know, hey, can you
Hmm.
teach me guitar? I have an aspiration to play guitar, or maybe I just got started. And and advice I offer right there too is never lose the light. I'm talking to everybody right there. Never lose the light about it, because I meet artists who've been in it for 30 and 40 years, and they're like, oh well, this is like a gig for me at this point. They seem
Hmm.
driven for their shows, but there's some kid who just started today, or some older person just started today, and they're looking for that motivation. Like I feel like one thing that helps me win is that I'm so new to the guitar, that I'm just now learning basic stuff, and I'm
Hmm.
taking that stuff and making it my very own and develop my own style within there. And I'm happy. You know, the skilled guitar player might be like, oh, he ain't at this level, but the people in the crowd like, I'm feeling what he's doing because it's, you know, you're not gonna ever be the best guitar player, but you just become the best version of yourself. And
Yeah.
in my short time, I've been having a wonderful experience discovering my individuality as a musician, and you know, I wish that up onto anybody who wants to pick up an instrument. You know, just stick with it, and then you know, it's like a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a family camaraderie of artists that's doing.
Mm-hmm.
We all need each other. We all need to and see that it's cool and that it gets harder and sometimes it gets easier and never be jealous or envious because if there's somebody that's good then you know give them the props and then go work on yourself but don't ever be a hater in it because you're gonna encounter a lot of that as well. You're gonna get a lot of
Yeah.
envy doing it, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why like any art, like art is collaborative and artists need, you know, unfortunately our society has made it to where like there has to be like some sort of competition because there's so many limited venues, especially after COVID. And the artists themselves, we can either choose to say like, okay, we can make it into a competition or we can figure out how to encourage spaces to add more venues for music. And like what you're doing, I really admire how you're having these little like open mic type market, like jam session, drum circles. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that? Because I think it's so awesome that you're creating that space in Jackson.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, like I said, I'm from Lexington, Mississippi, and I have a restaurant up there. We got pool tables and stages and stuff like that. In my full circle mission is like once I'm here to reach and accomplish certain milestones, and I'm gonna bring everything back home to my hometown, and still always have a special place in my heart for Jackson. This is an amazing community, especially in regards to art, and and you know as I've got down here, my partner and I we have really like. You know, just really like gotten ourselves involved with like a lot of different organizations and groups. We personally host our own uh, paint and shift slash drum
Mm-hmm.
circle. Brittany's my partner, and she's a phenomenal. She does tarot cards and painting, and she's a real soft spoken person and a gentle soul. And she works on like you know, guided meditations, and she makes her own specialty teas. So we have come up with a way for us to collaborate with her art and my music background. So what we do monthly, we taking this first month in the year off, and we'll probably get started maybe back in you know March or February. I don't have any guaranteed dates, but if you guys are keeping up, then you can see it. You'll be able to see the posts and stuff from my posts. But yeah, so the way our event starts, it starts out. She comes in. People who have never painted before. There's no rules to the guided paint session. It's not a paint and sip. It's more of a paint and shift because we have tea and like we're creating this environment. There's usually a
Mm-hmm.
topic. You know, we go off that thing, and then as we transition to guided meditation, and she works around and helps people. At the end, we talk about the different art pieces that have been painted, and you'll find that people really like to like talk
Mm-hmm.
and speak about what they've done. People who have never painted, even if somebody just takes and makes a blank canvas, you'll realize they have a whole essay worth of talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people just need to talk. So that's one of the most rewarding things about doing that event is afterwards people you know we have parents that come in and bring their small children and people that come for this event this part of the event but end up enjoying both parts. After we discuss the paintings and everything we shifted over into the drum circle. Drum circles are cool. I've been doing my research on them. I was out in California last year, Ocean Beach in San Diego. Every Wednesday they have this humongous
Mm-hmm.
drum circle and I
Yeah.
mean, it's really a farmer's market, but the
Mm-hmm.
drum circle is the beach, and there's all kind of bars and food from all over.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of people out here every Wednesday. And so I seen the drum circle, and that was like my first time up close. You know, I've known what drum circles were, but I really like, oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
cool. They went for at least 12 hours,
Oh yeah.
and, and I realized my part in the drum circle is not to actually even participate in the drum circle, but to facilitate. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
is just there to orchestrate the circle and make sure things go well. Um, people who the coolest part about it, I think we got to get more people to understand what it is and like the health benefits of this is stuff that can be incorporated in schools and work and everything. This is real therapy in real time because you got a room full of people making noise essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and if you facilitate properly with almost no effort at all, that's all. If they can count to four or count to however
Mm-hmm.
many. they can do this. And like it's so dope to just see a room full of people light up and come together. People who have never drummed at the same. Just tell the drums to stop, and the rest of the bells and stuff keep going. We got flutes and everything, and it's a real unity. I mean, I don't care if it's toddlers, if it's 80-year-olds, it works. So our drum circle and paint the ship events have at between 10 and 20 people, but we got long-term hopes of growing that to a big outdoor adventure one day. So we're gonna stick with it, and I hope to have you all there one day.
Yes, I definitely want to make it out there. I Let's see. So drum circles specifically, I started, I guess, participating in drum circles about 3 years ago, and just anywhere that there's a drum available, they got other people who want to play. I always try to jam whatever I can because it's so freeing. And especially if you're somebody who feels like, hey, I don't really know how to play guitar or piano, like any kind of hand drum is just just keeping that tempo is just a great way to like start your musical journey. And like you said, whenever everybody's really into it and people are really connecting in the drum circle, the music that's being made and like the energy that's being like given off to the people, it's a beautiful thing. So I'm like so excited and so grateful that you guys are holding space for that in Jackson, Mississippi, because I haven't heard of really anything else similar to what you guys are doing going on in that scene.
And that's and I kind of realized that as well, and that's how we know it's going to really grow into to something special over time, because there is room for it, there is space for it, and somewhat necessity for opportunities like that. So yeah, like and as resources become more available, we can grab more drums and all that. It's gonna be worth it. The other thing that I noticed is that people who come, if they attend one of our events, they let us know, oh, we're coming back. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just gonna continue to grow and word of mouth, and they're gonna come back and they'll bring somebody. And then once it's known as a monthly thing, and then maybe even a bi-weekly thing, and
Yeah.
as it grows, I'm excited about it too as well.
Yeah.
It's a responsibility. I didn't realize it was gonna be a responsibility, but a pleasant one. It's not one that's like or nothing like that. It's something that I
Mm.
look forward to, and hopes that other people started. I'm not like I'm gonna be the drum circle guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
want in the other ones as well, because that's the type of community I'm trying to just peaceful vibes and stuff like that, and people really venting, and people really like just on the right frequencies and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like exactly why I invited you to be my first guest, just because I admired what you guys are doing out there so much. And I love keeping up with you and Brittany's art. You guys create beautiful art together. And I'm just so excited to see what everything that you guys do there. I'm sure it's gonna like pick up and it's just gonna be beautiful. So shout out to you guys for doing that. You guys keep up with T.W.U.R.T and Brittany to find out when they're going to be hosting more of those little market drum circle painting adventures. I can't wait to see what it grows into. I would love to hear another song. If you got another song for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. I got songs for days. All right, so this song here is called Orange Juice. I would say it's I don't even know what an ode is. ODE. We're gonna call it ode. It's an ode to my family. Sun is rising, let it rise above all limitation. Seeing possibilities. Arise, 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 arise in the light, the light, the light. It's a new day. Long nights turning into long days. All I need is a glass of orange juice in the morning. A side of eggs make me feel alright. Got a pretty set of legs right beside me in bed. We've been having one hell of a night. And I met this girl in Vegas. Mess around and miss my flight. Standing in the airport with a smile on my face. Now you living one hell of a life. On the open road. Listen, baby, here I go. I've been living my life off the ground and I ain't coming back down to the floor. Now all I know is I don't know. Yeah. So the question. But I do know, my mama says she know I ain't crazy. And my little sister need me in her life. I got some nieces like to call for no reason at all. They love me, they just want to say hi. And then my auntie, she the glue to the family. I always pray for God to treat her right. Me and my granny, we always see eye to eye. These days, everything just fine. And my family knows I love them so. Even though I live my life on the road, searching for my soul. Still, all I know is I don't know. Yeah, substitute a question. Well, baby, that's alright. That's okay. I may be blind, but I'ma find my way. And I don't mind what they say. Baby, sticks and stone break bones. Everything else can get out the way. I don't hate it. I flew to Cali when I was a teenager. Out in Hollywood, I seen all the lights. I saw the ocean, I was hooked. More flights got booked, and I kept moving on to see more sights. I smoked a blunt by the Statue of Liberty. I had my homies right by my side. Thinking it's this thing, the American dream, cause I'ma spread my wings and glide from coast to coast. Hey, I wanna go all over the globe on the highest floor. Cause we smoke a cigar on the roads. Until then, all I know is I don't know. Yeah, so to the question. Listen, baby, that's alright. That's okay. I may be blind, but I'ma find my way. And I don't mind what they say. Baby, sticks and stones break bones. Everything else can get out the way. That one's called Orange Juice.
Wow, that one was awesome. I think that might be my favorite song by you. That was really beautiful. So you
I
said,
think. What's up, Tom?
oh, I was just gonna say, you said that was an ode to your family, and I was just gonna like touch more on that. Like, you, so it seems like they're supportive in like in what you do.
Very.
Hmm. That's
My family is very supportive of what I do. A funny one about that song. See, I talk about my grandma, my auntie, my nieces, my mom, my sisters, most specifically the women in my life. And I had an uncle, my uncle Wendell. He was passing away of cancer, and like I said, I'm new to this guitar, so you have to go through that learning phase with the guitar. So I ain't always been able to have like a decent sound or a decent
yeah.
tone. I had to go up to that point, and he wasn't. And sometimes your family members is going to be the downward criticism or constructive criticism ain't always a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He, what are you doing? Where are you coming at with that? But he had never like sat down and seen me express myself musically, like in front of an
Hmm.
audience. I'm carving out my own lane, so it's gonna appear foreign to anybody when they first see it, but when they see it and when they really feel it. So like I had him sitting there for like an hour. He was sick, but he was sitting out in the truck, and I was sitting in front of the restaurant, and I knew I had him, so I put a concert on for him. He knew what I was doing. But I remember like a lot of his favorite songs from being a kid and all that, because even now, like from how I perform, people I can play a lot better than the songs I perform or my songs. It's just I'm doing my thing. This is my performance of this, but
Hmm.
I can great covers and all kinds of stuff. I can play certain things people might not think I'm capable of. So I played him a concert and really put it on him. And like my grandma's birthday came around, he was like, "Play that song," So it went from BB King don't sound like that to play that song. So yeah, that song is very special to me, and a lot of people have that same reaction. I go
Hmm.
crazy, man. And then when I play Orange Juice, they're like, okay, well, that's my favorite song. Like, that's a lot of people's favorite
Hmm.
song. Also, the most requested one from people that I've heard music before.
I love the like anytime I just appreciate artists that are especially like honest and vulnerable in their songs, like writing from the heart. And that's what I admire so much about you and appreciate you as a musician, is that you can tell that your music is coming straight from your heart, straight from your soul. and you're not doing it for any other reason just than like this is your passion, and you know it's like it's what you wake up in the morning and like you're excited for is music, you know, and that's it's so awesome.
I mean, I can say this about you too because a lot of people, like I actually listened to the words that you were singing and how you perform and the energy and how you transform when you perform. And those are the type of artists that really stand out to me and
Mm.
stick out because it's the same. There's a passion in you that
Exactly.
you're unique and you know you're writing songs like nobody writing the songs the way you writing them. So like, and you know people are gonna cover your songs and people are gonna like you know so like that's it's really cool to see you in the stages of what you're going through as well and anybody like that because
Hmm.
that's all. A lot of people be missing that part. That's really all it takes. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a copycat. You just originality is enough.
Hmm.
But people recognition they want right away from their originality. But you gotta original your way through it. Even though we talk, you know,
Yeah.
let's be saying like we want more clubs and more venues to like open spaces for artists. But I'm gonna tell you that the coolest thing, especially if you're living in the city, an old jazz musician taught me that. I was bartending downtown Milwaukee. He was like, you know, you are what we call an outside player. You know, you might come to a concert and see, you know, Elton John or you know BB King, Bobby Bush.
Hmm.
You come outside. I'm that guy that's gonna be on the sidewalk with the guitar. You're gonna meet me. You're gonna
Hmm.
hear me. Stop. You're gonna listen. Not everybody, but you know some people. Because the coolest thing, you know, even if you play on the sidewalk and stuff for tips and all that, the coolest thing is when somebody says thank you. When you play, you
Hmm.
know, when you play your
Yeah.
just a stranger just walked by and said thank you. You know what I'm saying? You really own to something right there. So like, yeah, we need more venues, and I find myself sometimes getting upset and feeling overlooked by
Hmm.
certain. Like, okay, well, I've been sending y'all emails and sending y'all music. You know, I've even been there and played and performed before. Why can't I, you know, play? You know, I feel like I deserve it, but
Hmm.
you know, sleep on the opportunities that are already, you know, coming my way. And I got some amazing opportunities. So like for every opportunity that overlooks me, I got opportunity that like 10 times that they're, you know, so it's cool. So be grateful. And just if you want an audience, go outside and play for strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like
Hmm.
what's stopping you? You know, you don't need a club or nothing like that. And project. When you play project, a lot of us mumble and stuff when we get on the studio microphone and talk real low. No, if I'm outside with my guitar and I'm on the sidewalk, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna make sure
Hmm.
they hear. I want you to stop. I want you to listen. I want
Hmm.
a crowd to gather around me. I want everybody to smile and dance with me, and we just vibe. And so, like,
Yeah.
I acknowledge on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Be a sidewalk player. Be an outside player. And then, you know, because I've definitely played some places on the sidewalk and then eventually end up inside the
Hmm.
building. It's getting paid for it. So, you know, pay dues. We do have to pay dues. You know, that's the cool part about it. Because if it
Hmm.
was given and, you know, or if we've been doing it for so long and it's like the dues have already been paid, we can lose that hunger. But that hunger is the best thing you got right now. Not
Hmm.
having goals accomplished is a gift and a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, and just never lose sight of it once those blessings start to come to fruition. But definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, you said that perfectly. That was so beautifully put. And just like yeah, about like playing outside. Like I sing for anybody anywhere. I just meet somebody that I connect with. I'm like, wow, I really love this person. I'm gonna share this gift that was given to me. I'm gonna sing for this person. And one of the first nights that we met, you told me you're like, hey, like we're all gonna be hanging out outside, jamming on the sidewalk. Like I'm gonna come. I don't know. He's like, come out and come jam with us and stuff. And I didn't end up making it out that night, but I always look back and I'm like, I should have went out and I should have jammed. But you guys, you and your partner, like you guys are just such an awesome team. And I love how much you guys put yourself out there because like as an artist, that's what we have to do. You know, if the world isn't going to make those spaces for us, we're going to create those spaces for us and for each other.
Right.
And so let's see what else I got here. So can we talk about like your current journey and like what you're doing with your music right now and you know like what how does it align with like your visions for the world? So you know like how are you I guess I kind of worded that right.
That's a great question. As far as the current journey, let me just excuse me. I'm gonna start and just I want to thank God, and thank my family and thank anybody that's ever supported me in any way. I want to thank you for this opportunity to come on your podcast, and I hope that it really grows into everything you expect. I want to thank last year, 2024 was musically, as far as my artistry, was the most amazing year of my life. Um, just so many opportunities based upon me being myself. You know, like I've done podcasts like this before. I've done live streams. I've done in person and interviews. And I mean, I was on the news last year for my birthday. You know, I've been to artist retreats
Mm.
out in the woods and everything. I've been all in California with it. I've been on Mississippi Public Broadcasting Radio, and I made some great connections and networking. Also, the Mississippi Southern Docs of Mississippi is an organization for grad students over at Ole Miss. They just did a documentary on me, and the documentary is
Mm.
uh, I work at the Cat Head Distillery here in Jackson. I bartend and I, you know, deal and dabble with the music section of things, and I've been performing there, and I'm going to be performing there on January the 18th, and then that next Saturday, January the 25th, is going to be the premiere of my documentary. It's called Country Punk Black, shot by Christopher and Janine, two graduate students from Ole Miss. They were very patient with me. They came down to my studio sessions. They came and met my mom at the restaurant. Me and Brittany hung out with them a lot. And we got a really good piece of art that really captures this journey, everything we're talking about.
Mm.
You know, I'm so excited about that. And looking forward to pushing that to as many people as I can. I'm going to be sharing links. I'm going to be sending people to T.W.U.R.T Chamberlain.com, or you can look me up on just T.W.U.R.T Chamberlain on any social media site. My website is down right now. It's under some maintenance because I'm getting all my dates and stuff put together. But definitely to be up by the time of the documentary release. Uh, I'm going on the news January 20th to talk about the
Mm.
documentary premiere. January 24th, I'm going to be back on Mississippi Public Broadcasting Radio talking about the documentary release. Then that's the 24th to 25th, the documentary release premieres. Um, February the 1st. February the 1st, I got Urban Foxes, which is a nice coffee shop here in Jackson. I've been working a lot with Cody and his people. Cody's really dope. He's also from Lexington. We were actually hosting our drum circle and paint and shift event over at the Heights, which is
Mm.
Urban Foxes is a coffee shop, and the Heights is more of a rental venue, but they are adjacent and they're the same ownership, and they're really good people to work with. So I'm going to be doing another event there that following Saturday. In the morning, I'm going to meet with the Civil Rights Museum and Art and the Natural History Museum of Mississippi. I'm going to be performing with them, which is a phenomenal opportunity on Martin Luther King Day.
Mm.
It's really cool because I'm really like linking in with a lot of the organizations of Jackson and having a good time down here. I'm loving how
Mm.
as an outsider I got Jackson. I got so much to be thankful for. This was the start of the year right here. This podcast is kind of like was my last free day until we really just get full swing into
Mm.
a good way to get started and get to talking, like warm the gears up and stuff. So yeah, I got the Martin Luther King Day coming up. There's Jackson Indie Music Week. I'm going to be doing that this year.
Mm.
Set to do a residency over at Vive Studios in Jackson. Not sure which month, maybe February or a little bit right around that time, but that's going to be a really awesome opportunity. Alexis is doing great things over there, and I'm glad that she selected me to come in and, like, you know, share my art. And she is offering a really good opportunity for artists. We coming in, we're selling merch, we can post our artwork,
Mm.
stuff like that. And she's going to be extending that to a lot of artists through the year. That's really dope. So shout out to Alexis over at Vive Studios. And lastly, the National Folk Festival, the one that's been going, the main one, the big one that's been going
Yeah.
on since 1934, is going to be in Mississippi this year.
Oh,
Mississippi
wow.
for years, and it's going to be
Mm.
here in Jackson. I'm going to be performing as a part of that too, which is
Wow.
legendary stuff for the city to be having. That brings out about 60,000 people. That's gonna be really, really cool. Man. Like,
Mm.
so the word isn't like really out there about it yet, but as time approaches later on this year, so that's gonna be a really big thing for the city. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm really excited about all those opportunities again. Thank God, I thank my family, I thank all of the venues and all of the, you know, people who have given me a stage. I thank all the podcasters and people with platforms where I
Mm.
get a stage to like put myself in front of new people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rocking with me, and I'm gonna do my part. And you know, I'm very, very grateful because, you know, the recognition, and even if two people say, "Hey, man, you know, that's enough. That's good. That's good. That's enough to keep going." You know what I'm saying? Like, because crazy man, you gotta lose your mind doing this. I've been losing my mind long enough to where I'm seeing results. Like I ain't gonna be so crazy, or that crazy no more. It's starting to, history. I say history proves me sane. So I'm very proud of the upcoming stuff. The journey right now is a true blessing for real.
That's so awesome. Every opportunity that you have is so well deserved, and I'm so like ecstatic to hear that you're having so many like wonderful opportunities. I cannot wait for the documentary. I will definitely be sharing and be watching. I think it's going to be so great. And you mentioned too, just a little shout out. You said that you have a restaurant out in Lexington, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Would you tell us like the name? Plug. Give yourself a little plug because I'm gonna come out there and come get some food next time I'm in Mississippi.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's my mom, my family. LaRue's Room in Lexington. 22011 Depot Street, Lexington, Mississippi. We do soul food 5 days a week. You go in there, meet my mom, nice lady, beautiful woman, nice smile, great food. So, I always plug that when I get on stage and everything. And if you're from the Holmes County area, then you know about it. But yeah, man, LaRue's Room, Lexington, Mississippi, 5 days a week. Come on in and check mama food out. Like it'll get you hooked. It'll get everybody hooked. She's really good at what she do.
That's awesome. I just wanted to before just to throw that in there so we don't forget. So it's LaRue's in Lexington, Mississippi. It's so awesome. And that's super exciting about the folk festival. Congratulations on that. I bet like that's gonna be super awesome. And then the Civil Rights Museum, that's the one in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, the two museums they call it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a lot of work with them this year. They're gonna be doing stuff out throughout the whole year. And I know some people, like I said, just last year, just making connections and stuff like that. And I encourage other artists reach out to the people who are over the festivals and stuff like that. When you see this across the timelines, reach out because it's dope. I also want to shout out Cathead Distillery. Like I said, I work over there, I bartend and work in the music department and stuff like that. And they have been showing me a lot of love. They are really every bottle of Cat. Are you familiar with the brand Cathead?
Yes, yeah.
Cathead.
I went. Yes, I love that place.
Yeah, it's a distillery right here in Jackson. It's really good product, and they really love live music. The owners Austin, they have a great backstory about just being two friends who had a love for music and decided to open their own. Every single bottle of Cat Heads that support live music, and they've been holding to it. They have the Cat Head Jam every year.
Yes, I went last year. It was awesome.
Just to see that just shape up downtown Jackson is so cool. I'll be playing that one this year too.
That's awesome. From being awesome. Yes, I was about to say. I hope I see you on stage. It's like that's awesome.
And they bring in Bill the big stage and all that. I'm like, that's such a great look. So I just want to shout down Richard Austin made and allow me to do my documentary premiere at the event at the venue.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm just such a big supporter of your vision and your music, and I can't wait to see what you continue to do and how like your vision continues to blossom. I would love if you got one more song in you.
For sure. And I was thinking about earlier, what's gonna be the actual rundown of the songs, and I feel like they run perfectly as far as like the format of how we're presenting. Started out with Crazy Man, of course, like the introduction, Orange Juice, kind of about the journey, about my family, and just what I'm grateful for, and like the motivation. And this one here is On the Run. I don't really know. Well, it's really Rolling Stone, but On the Run, Rolling Stone. You put a slash in the song, or hyphen, parentheses. But yeah, Rolling Stone / hyphen parentheses On the Run. I don't know what it's about. I think it's about evolve. I think it's about being in the moment. It's about what I'm doing, the actual journey, metaphorically and realistically, physically, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. There is a full version of this video online, youtube.com, T.W.U.R.T, Chamberlain, Rolling Stone. The video is shot in phenomenal quality. I've been working with the Natchez Film Company down in Natchez. My boy Byrne and all of them over there, they're really cool people. I shot a few videos with them. We just got some international distribution through PBS, so that video is going to be playing around the world. And they do a great job at filming. And I encourage people to go out there and work with those guys. Yeah, you find it on youtube.com, T.W.U.R.T Chamberlain. By the time the sun come up, I'll be gone. Baby, wanna treat me bad, go ahead and do me wrong. Got my foot on the gas, there waiting for me. Baby, I'm on the run. Look, try and to shut me up. I'm in control. Now watch me self-destruct. I'm on my way, and I don't know where I'm going. But once I arrive, I lay my hat and I make my home, cause I'm a rolling stone. Throw that stone, I'm a man. Baby brother, I'm grown. Listen, I was born in the mud. Before I die, I'm gonna sleep in the cloud. I don't care if the people ever figure me out. I hear sorry, something. I ignore the warning signs. Keep moving on. Not afraid. Mama say I'm too headstrong. And I made mistakes, but I know that the journey is long and I'm a long way from home. Baby, I'm on the run. Look, trying to shut me up. I'm in control. Now watch me self-destruct. I'm on my way, and I don't know where I'm going. But once I arrive, I lay my hat and I make my home, cause I'm a rolling stone. Throw that stone, I'm a man. Baby brother, I'm grown. But listen, now I'm in the mud. Before I die, I'm sleeping the cloud out. I don't care. People never figure me out. Cause I am immortal. A true soul rebel. I fly free. Every law is illegal. Crooked politicians will never be friendly. I keep rocking, rolling on. You see me and I got my six string, then I got my drum. I went back to my roots, took a journey to the place I was born. See me and they thought I was finished. They didn't know that I had only begun. It's like I already won. That's why I'm on the run. But look, try to shut me up. I'm in control. Now watch me self-destruct. Oh yeah. Look in my eyes, you won't see no fear down. Lately I try to cry, but I got no tears left. And yeah, my sun still rise and my night still fall. That's when I open up my eyes, trying to make sense of it all. Like it's bizarre. My mind is scattered. Do I even matter? I come far. I'm climbing ladders, trying to make it happen. All I know is that I'm gonna continue my days, paying my dues for mistakes that were made. Look, friendship is a casualty. Humbleness my masterpiece. Increase my morality, then release me from gravity. Rock cloud with dynasty, layers of dreams and galaxies. I'm mentally a mountain peak. Make me king my time to be. I am the man I'm trying to be. Nobody defining me. They talking from a distance, but face to face they look down on me. Dudes 100 pounds apiece. Two of them be one to me, forever remain under me. When you the wind and I'm the wings, I'm flapping up catastrophe. No distractions, I have. Demons tried to cancel me, but I deflected and bounced the beam. And the chicken have my seed, my son gonna be a whole king. Watch me get this thing together, watch me do the whole thing. I really am the shit, boy. I really do my damn thing. Living on my bucket list, already crossed off everything. Tried to give my life to God, he told me I wasn't ready yet. Had to put me through some tests and show me I was really blessed. I'm all alone and feeling stressed. Reefer mixed with intellect. Every law is illegal. And freedom really does exist. Whoa, yeah. Look me in my eyes, you gon' see no fear there. Lately I try to cry, but I got no tears left. And yeah, my sun still rise and my night still fall. That's when I open up my eyes, trying to make sense of it all. Like it's bizarre. My mind is scattered. Do I even matter? I come far. I'm climbing ladders, trying to make it happen. All I know is that I'm gonna continue my days, paying my dues for mistakes that were made.
Wow, that was phenomenal. I love that song as well. You do, I think you also have a full version of that one on your Instagram too. Am I correct? Like you, I
There's
think
a bit.
that's where I watched it with the full band, and like that's, I love it whenever you start breaking it down, you start getting real with the lyrics and like opening up the book. That's what I like to describe it as. Um,
The album version of that particular song is gonna be different. It's gonna be more bluesy and more vibey.
mhm,
But it, like my music don't really have a genre. I would say I have a I'm starting to get a destination I want to take it for this specific project I'm about to release.
mhm,
But the music itself, I do punk rock shows, man. I do rap shows. I do it all. So like the version I did with Natchez is a dope version. That's the rock version, or one of the rock versions, and I'm excited to the potential that song has, because I got a hip hop version of it for sure. And it's just like, I cater to my audience sometimes. Then sometimes I like to mix it up. I
mhm,
might hit this audience with this version. It all depends on who I'm playing with, and just there's a lot of factors that go into it. But that's how that's what helped me come to the realization that it's just easier to record music live instead of trying
mhm.
to capture it. Like, it has to be this way. I don't have any expectation for it, but I do have a little bit a direction, like I said, a destination I'm driving towards as far as the project. But like, yeah, I have a lot of fun. There's a lot of different versions of that floating around for sure.
That's what they say, that like the test to a good song is if you can play it in multiple genres. And I definitely hear that in your voice and your style of playing, is that it seems like you can just bounce around all over. And so like definitely that flexibility in an artist is so valuable, and that's like definitely so awesome. We got about, I say about 10 more minutes left. So I just want to ask you, like, what are your plans or goals, wishes? Like, do you have in the future for your music? Where do you see yourself? What are you wanting to call in to your art?
Thank you. Um, I can answer that question a couple of different ways. I have my what would you call it, like my mission statement of I just want to make music that is going to outlast me by many years. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm,
still listen to music from the '40s. I listen to some Billie Holiday or
mhm,
Cab Calloway. I mean, like, no matter who you are, if you like music from from the 1700s, there's some musician on earth playing that music. You can get
mhm,
you can go back and listen. You can hear Beethoven played by a million different people. You know what I'm saying? So like, no matter what you like, so I want to make something that people gonna want to cover it forever. I want the little boy and little girl to be going to work in the morning, whether it be McDonald's or to the office or to the gym, and they decide they want to put me in their headphones. They want to listen to my music, something in my music that inspires them. And I want to still be able to inspire myself. And the type of music I perform, I want to be like, 70, 80 years old and still be able to tour, or at least go out and perform my songs. I want them to be that,
mhm,
important, or just have that much impact on a particular group of people, as as motivational and inspirational. That's one way I can answer that question. I want to grow as a musician, definitely as an artist. It's been really fun, finding my voice and finding ways to play with my voice and finding ways to, enhance my guitar. I started out acoustic. I do some stuff with electric. It's the same thing, and it's also very, very different. So that's been fun for me. I want to, I don't want to sound like somebody else, but I do want.
mhm,
I want to know exactly what I'm doing as I pick up my instrument. I like people like Sunhouse and Fela Kuti and the old Boney M and all that
mhm,
type of stuff. I want to be on stage one day with like 40 other musicians, you know,
mhm,
eating it like in my own little orchestra type thing. Because if you look at like,
mhm,
a lot of old time like big band stuff like Machito and Dizzy Gillespie and all that stuff, like these is like movies. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
get. I don't want any limitations per se on my music. I want it to forever grow, and I want to be the type of artist where it's like not so far out of pocket for him to go and make something like that. That makes sense for him to go and create something like that. And I want it to make sense. I want it to not make sense at times because that's also art. But I don't want to ever
Mm-hmm.
sell my art short or just be in a rush to get something out for the sake of getting something out. I want to that I really genuinely care about and that other people really genuinely care about, and that I can when I can hear my actual spirit in it. I get really emotional listening to my tracks and stuff because all my music is unreleased, so nobody's heard it. And I get this shot to like say, okay, well, I've been posting all this stuff and I've been saying all this stuff and I've been saying who I am, but okay, go press play and let me know what you
Mm-hmm.
think to really get. I'm really looking forward to getting to that point. It is certainly a fulfilling journey. I'm having a really good time, like discovering myself. It's really cool to play guitar. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool to just, I
Mm-hmm.
walk around with it on my back. Now I can take it off my back and like really make somebody's day.
Mm-hmm.
So I got no complaints. I'm having a real good time, and I just want to project my music and music that my friends are making, and the musicians that I really care about, like grow. I'm gonna be doing collaborations with certain people. I'm going to incorporate other instruments in my music. I'm going to become a better drummer. I've been playing my djembe on stage, and that's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just like just no actual limitations, and just have some jam session that people are going to stop and say, man, I can't believe this is happening right here on this, because it happens a lot. Actually, when you make music and you get around other musicians, magic is made right there in those moments, and the bystanders are happy.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to just keep growing and staying out there into myself. I don't want to switch up. I like what I'm doing, and I want to do it times 10. You know.
And is there anything, so you're in the Jackson community right now, or is there anything that you would like to see in the Jackson community, like that, like you as an artist there, as a local artist, is there anything that you would specifically like to see more of, or anything like that?
On a national scale, I want to see this place get more recognition for its homegrown talent.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to play guitar in Green Bay, Wisconsin, but it was when I moved back to Jackson, I was like, whoa, man, so I see what's missing in my music. I said, but this is my roots, this Mississippi is where I'm from. And I was like, so I just want to see in the next few years, I want to see this place get the recognition for the talent that it has. You got like people like Ken Hart and Ben Strings and all of them. And them fellas, they'll hop off the bass and play the guitar and like kill it. Mike Kyle on the drums, and you see Ken go from the drums to the piano to
Mm-hmm.
the bass, and just be really exceptional
Mm-hmm.
at all of those things. So like that's what's going on out here. So I see
Yeah.
the
Mississippi definitely has a ton of underrated talent for sure.
very slept on place,
Mm.
which is cool because it's like the secret for now. But I just see in the next few years, I really see it blowing up and getting like the recognition of a place like LA because historically, I haven't done my research, but I've seen this, I heard this somewhere because that Mississippi has more Grammys per capita, than any other state.
Yeah.
Like studios around, like old brother, where I thought Stevie Wonder,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Bobby Rush just won the last 2 years in a row. He's 94 years old.
Mm-hmm.
4 years old, still
Yeah.
stuff like that. We got our own new music called Southern Soul. And
Mm-hmm.
people hard and all of them going hard. Tucker and King George and J1 and all. It's a really cool place. We got music that's like the soundtrack to the trail ride. The trail ride is a new phenomenon going down in Mississippi where people coming all from around the world to ride their ATVs and have a good time out in the mud and listen to this good blues music and good DJs and like wearing boots and stuff. Just like my state is really it always has had its culture. Like Memphis has a diverse culture, New Orleans has a diverse culture, Florida has its own culture, Mississippi definitely has its own culture. So like my wish is for much prosperity to the artists and the creators of the state to like really get the recognition that they deserve. And I don't see
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
even just from like I remember Rita was having open mics in the workout room last year, and her feature artists and stuff like I'm meeting people from Mississippi who are literally musicians and poets traveling the world.
Mm-hmm.
Boy was just on stage with Frankie Belly, and she is a phenomenal singer, just really, really, really exceptional and funny. and just a good time to see on stage. And I'm saying, okay, well, this is Mississippi. This is Mississippi artists and stuff like that. And so it's capable of it, and it's going to inspire generations to come. You know, just
Mm.
when we look back at the old times and stuff like that, we like, oh, you know, they were in this moment. You know,
Yeah.
it's our moment, even if the world don't know it yet. You know, it's our moment to like really put it down and stay consistent with it, and let the history books, you know, speak for themselves.
Beautifully said. T.W.U.R.T, thank you so much for doing this, being the first person, my first time ever doing anything like this. I knew I would enjoy our conversation, and I like exceeded my expectations. I love talking to you. I want to plug you one more time. Give us a shout out, like everywhere we can find you online, social media, anywhere like we can keep up with you, we can book you.
Hell yeah. Good job though. It's a great job on your first one. This is dope, and I'm gonna be keeping up and seeing how it works out with the other artists and stuff like that. I hope we
Mm.
set a really good tone. You know, looking forward to the future for other artists to come out here. You know, not be shy. You know, just have a really good conversation. You're doing this from a good place in your heart, and it's gonna grow. Shout out to everyday people. I like that Arrested Development song. It's dope ass song. Uh, Again, this is my merch I got on here right now. You can find it at
Mm.
T.W.U.R.T.Chamberlain.com. It's been down as lighters, and we're going to be unveiling a lot more stuff as the year comes, especially probably around my birthday. But T.W.U.R.T.Chamberlain.com, T.W.U.R.T.Chamberlain on YouTube, T.W.U.R.T.Chamberlain on TikTok. T.W.U.R.T is an acronym. It's the world's most unique representation of truth. Uh, so yeah, it's just I made the mistake of letting my girlfriend Google me, and I'm like, oh snap! So stuff pops up sometimes. Ain't no, it ain't big, but it had me. It was just cool because we got the website and we got video
Mm.
stuff popping up. So if you want to keep up with it, you know, just type T.W.U.R.T in your Google box or T.W.U.R.T in any social media platform. You know, even SoundCloud. I got
Mm.
3 old tapes on there, just rapping in there. It's really phenomenal work. I call those my underground tapes. I'm really proud of that work too, though. But like T.W.U.R.T Chamberlain, just anywhere in the search
Mm.
T.W.U.R.T Chamberlain, you'll find me. So,
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you got to say before I let you go, T.W.U.R.T?
no, just thank you very much for having me today. This was a cool experience. From like I said, this is catapulting me into. I have a very busy month coming up. I'm excited to say that, and this was the jump start, the kickstart, and it's got me feeling really good. So thank you for having me today, and good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate you so much taking the time out your schedule to do this for me. And like I said, I loved our conversation. I love your music. And I'm going to be manifesting just all these wonderful opportunities for you because you truly deserve it. And keep building community out there in Jackson and all of Mississippi. You know, there needs to be more artists like you all over. So thank you for being your true self and for sharing your art with us.
Same to you, Avery. You have a good one, man.
Yeah, you take care. Thank you again.
Okay, man. Peace. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that was T.W.U.R.T Chamberlain. Thank you guys so much to everybody who tuned in. This was my first episode of this like little mini series I'm calling Everyday People in Music. The whole series is going to be called Everyday People in. But for these first few episodes, it's just going to be music. I'm hoping to expand it to people like in all kinds of art, you know. So thanks again. This was Everyday People in Music, where we are putting the unity back in community and the art back in heart. And it's just so awesome to, I don't know, just to be here, to see everybody tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Marielle McIntosh will be joining us. Marielle is such an awesome, beautiful, amazing, just creator of all sorts. I'm so excited to have her next week. So make sure you guys tune in for that, and I will see y'all next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. CST.